It is the Homestead Miami Speedway and our friends at ExtremeMotorsports99.com and the Truck Series are here for the finale tonight as we crown ourselves a champion in the first ever Truck Series for Extreme Motorsports. And welcome into the Homestead Miami Speedway, Chris Scala, along with Brett Pancari, who's going to join us in the booth this evening. And Brett, we appreciate you joining us. I know you're one that likes to get out there in the track in this Homestead Miami Speedway, a 1.5 mile track with multiple degrees of banking, and we're going to have some good racing, I think, this evening.
Yeah, we're gonna have some pretty good racing tonight. In terms of the multiple grooves here at Homestead, it's a pretty well multiple groove. You can run high and low, especially turns one and two. More so thinking about turns three and four as well. But multi groove track, and I think it's gonna be a pretty decent race tonight.
Yeah, we're going to see some great racing. As I mentioned, tonight we're going to crown a champion. I'm all but sure, as I'm looking over at the lap times as they're starting qualifying right now, that the championship is going to be crowned here in about 5 minutes. Once Nicholas Orth takes the green flag here this evening, he will be the champion as he has a 47-point lead over Zach Chrysler in this series. And Nicholas has had 10 top 10 finishes this season. He's by far the only guy that's had 10 top 10s and has been just Mr. Consistency on the season. William Amaker, 63 back. He is tied for third in the points with Nate Trito and Darren Sizemore, your top 5 in points. But tonight going to be all about the racing, 75% fuel in the final race, I believe, for these guys in the old truck. So it's been some great practice laps, Brett, and I think we're in for an exciting one. I've been watching practice, and trucks are just all over the place.
There's plenty of room to pass here at Homestead, and I will say for the final race for this old Chevy Silverado, it's a probably a good track for it to go out with. And the one key for this track in turn one, about the middle of the track, there is a bump there. And way back when I was running the Nationwide and USRC, that bump there can drift you up just a little, but you also have to hit that bump just right to make sure you don't drift up too high and maybe get in the wall again, especially also turn four. The turn four, you're kind of afraid to get on the front too quick because it does open up, but if you get on it too quick, you may get up toward the wall just a little bit.
There you go. So you got to be careful when you're out there. It's that one and two. I've been a victim of that bump, and I know a lot of others who they hit that bump, especially coming out of two, and they're bazinga heading for the inside wall, and that's day over with here. So we're going to come back here in just a couple minutes. We'll talk with our champion of the series, Nicholas Orth. Once he takes the green flag, he will become the champion. We'll get a word from him, and we'll get ready for the start of tonight's 100-lap race. I believe it is here at the Homestead Miami Speedway, and we will go green very shortly here on For Races Only TV. Stand by. All right, back we are here at Homestead Miami Speedway as we get ready for the start of the final race of the Extreme Motorsports 99 season. I got to correct myself when I said the laps. I said 100. We're actually going 70 laps this evening, so the race shortened by about 30 from what I thought. But we're going to get this race underway here very shortly. And let's take a look here at the starting lineup for tonight's race. Ken Baum Jr. going to start on a pole, 32.772 second lap. Brad Spinell will start second, Corbin Hemstreet third, Brent Sturgeon will start fourth, Nathan Shiflett will start fifth, Chad Osborne sixth, Josh Ward in seventh, Jonathan Shipman eighth, William Long ninth, and Joshua Stenberg will be your top 10.
Starting 11 is the champion, Nicholas Orphan, the 27. Starting at 12th will be the 97 of Darren Sizemore. Starting 13th will be the 46 Taxi Machine of Ryan Libby. Doug Blackman will start 14th. 15th will be Mike Schrader in the Draw Tie Chevrolet. Kevin C. Ford will start in 16th place tonight. Justin K. Walters in the Bass Pro Shop Chevrolet will start 17th. Everett F. Lane start 18th tonight. Stephen Brunel will start 19th, and 20th will be Zachary Kreiser in the Red Bull Chevy.
Pop's 33.625 seconds lap. He'll start 21st, and then Welzenbach and Brian Ray with some super fast times of over 5 minutes apiece. They will start 22nd, 23rd. James Gagne, Tyler Herr, Brian Coveney, Danny Sanchez, and Jonathan Thomas going to be the 28 starters. I can tell you this right now that Rick Donathan will not be running in this race as the cars will again get ready to take off here in about 2 seconds or so, and we'll get this race underway. And we're going to talk with our champion here in about 2 seconds as I set up real quickly a couple things. Trucks do pull off. And let's get him down here, or up here in the booth with us so I can find him. Here he is. As we got Nicholas Orth with us. Chris Scallon, booth, get a copy?
Sure do.
Well, Nick, starting the race tonight makes you the champion. So congratulations, the first Extreme Motorsports 99 Truck Series champion.
Thank you very much. Very proud to make that accomplishment, and just had an overall great year, and glad that I was finally able to lock one of these things up and not have to worry about it at the end of the race.
Well, you've been Mr. Consistency. You're the only man with 10 top 10 finishes on the season. We'll see here in about 70 laps. You can get number 11. Good luck.
All right, thank you.
Nicholas Orth there will start in the 11th position as we get ready to go racing here for 70 laps. As mentioned before, it's going to be a pretty crazy race coming up here in just a few minutes as Ken Baum will lead him to the green flag. Pace car going to pull off, and the 2 will lead him to the green for 70 laps of racing, 175 miles here at Homestead, and we're green. I should do my math. That's like less than 150 miles anyways. But that's a whole nother story. Ken Baum Jr., Corbin Hemstreet, side by side down the back straightaway. Now to single files. Brad Spinell going to fill in the 3rd position. The 77, Brent Sturgeon. Going to bring him off turn 4. And Ken Baum Jr. will lead lap 1. Look at him spread out 2-3 wide. Wee Wee looking up the middle there.
Shipman almost made it 3 wide. Nathan Shipman, the 22 Red Bull machine, is stuck on the inside line. Shipman on the outside. On him, this is for 6th place, and you've also got Joshua Steinberg on the outside of him as they come out of turn 2.
Yeah, some great racing going on there by side, just being a little patient. Again, that bump you got to worry about over there in 2. That could definitely throw you for a loop, but everybody doing a great job so far. You see the 22 back here for the 7th position. That is Shiflett. Battling with Josh Ward, the 92 for 7th, 8th, and there, look at everybody side by side here. Ken Baum continues to lead 2 laps in.
The upper groove here is kind of the preferred line, and around you can see where Darren Sizemore and some of the other guys are running. It's kind of preferred groove, but you can run on the bottom. You can make passes, but you may wash up and give the guy on the outside a run off of the corner.
There's your champion, Nicholas Orth, back there in the 14th, make that 13th position. One truck up the track, Doug Blackman. Going to keep it off the wall, looks like, for the most part there, but a lot of trucks are going to go by. And Doug will have to recover. Now, they do get 1 reset in this league, so definitely going to be one that he'll be able to use and get back out there on the track and be in one piece if he did get that wall. Wasn't sure if he did.
Yeah, it looked like he did get the wall. He kind of scraped it a little bit, and then he got a little squirrely trying to keep it up on the high side and not ram into anyone. But that reset will definitely... Another truck on the inside. That is Justin K. Walters, I believe, the 99, the Bass Pro machine. It looks like he held onto it as well.
Yeah, he got a little hospital hop there off the corner and had to say that Walters is going to be okay as he runs that bottom side in the 18th position right now.
Pretty well single file for the most part. The lead bomb. I'm holding the lead in Him Street. Spindle, Sturgeon, Osborne, top 5, and they're kind of minding P's and Q's as of right now. Their front 6 are single file. First battle is with Kevin Ford and Nicholas Orff. The champ looking on the inside, and then Free gets a little bit loose and free, and Ford's gonna have to run off the corner, and it looks like he'll hold him off for now.
You mentioned Kevin Ford right there in the 32 truck. Him and Orff battling it out pretty hard. There's the 11 of Mike Schrader. Mike, left front damage there, but there's a little optical illusion on the view there I had. Hey, everybody, a clean start here so far in Extreme Motorsports 99 Truck Series. It's kind of funny. We were talking off the air a little bit about, and Rick and I joke about this. It seems like these guys, we don't broadcast a race, and it turns into a junk fest. We come on the air with them, and all of a sudden everybody's just going to be patient and go out there and race. And, you know, now I say this, we'll probably have 10 cautions tonight, but, hey, you know, it's one of those things.
It can be one of those things, but I think maybe just having them on there makes them look more, maybe be like real time race car drivers.
Yeah, nothing wrong with that. Darren Sizemore looking underneath of Nathan Shiflett for the 8th position here. Sizemore 5th in points right now, so he almost slides up there into the 22, but Darren 5th in points. Looks like he's going to have that position all but locked if he can get a solid finish here tonight. So Sizemore with a good season. Started kind of slow, and it's had some good finishes, had some Xfinity wins on Tuesday and Thursdays as Pops comes out of pit road. Looks like an unscheduled pit stop for him.
Industry starting to catch up a little bit with Baum Jr. for the lead. Don't know he's going to make a move yet in the turn 1. He's thinking about it, but as these front three are starting to come ahead just a little bit from Brent Sturgeon, who's in 4th right now, and a truck that looks suspiciously like Timothy Peters.
Yeah, he's got that pretty much matching paint scheme, and that's one that you can't miss is that 77 of Brent Sturgeon. You mentioned Corbin Hemstreet about 2/10 back right now for the lead as we continue to watch back here in the 11th, 12th, 13th, 14th, this whole gaggle of trucks here. I'm watching the 91 being driven by Joshua Stenberg. He is actually using that high groove in 1 and 2, and it's kind of working for him a little bit. He's getting a run. Now, he's not gaining really any positions out of it, but watch him. He just drifts it up there towards the wall and is making that line work.
I think what he may be trying to do is kind of drift up and then diamond it back down. I might be wrong about that, but that is kind of the good thing about this track. Like, it's definitely multiple green. You can see Sheffield, he goes low in 3 and 4, but he kind of drifts up a little bit, but it's kind of a fine line here at Homestead.
Oh, one truck in trouble. The 92 is in the wall hard on the inside part of the front stretch. Actually, it didn't look like he hit it that hard from what I saw, but he was heading for not good situation there in the Home Depot truck. Oh, yeah, that rear end's definitely smashed in, but 92 in trouble. Let's get a replay of this. Josh Ward, the Home Depot Polar Bear truck, like the old Tony Stewart paint scheme from back in the day, just loses it off of turn 4, and oh boy, ow.
Yeah, he creamed the inside wall, and he just lost it out of 4 in that Tony Stewart looking paint scheme from the 2001 Pepsi 400.
That's exactly right. Good call on that one. Back here, battle for 4th. Here comes Wee Wee Jonathan Shipman, who's been running some practice laps, and even Rick Donathan said during the driver's meeting, he's like, I'm watching you tonight, Shipman. So Jonathan up to the 4th position. Here comes the 26 of Chad Osborne, also to the inside. He'll take away the 5th spot away from Brent Sturgeon there in the 77. Front 6 with about a 3.2 second advantage Back here to Darren Sizemore. You see one truck coming off of pit road. I'm not sure who that. I think it's Jonathan Thomas. Who's
Yeah, Jonathan Thomas. He's coming off a pit road. He's on a scheduled stop for him in 39.
Great racing all over the track. And as a matter of fact, let's go back here to this. Back here, the 23rd position. Like I said, there's battles everywhere in this track, including Doug Blackman and Justin Walters back here in the 29, and Matthew Walton back. He's never back here. Usually Matthew, a pretty good runner.
We got a four-truck fight for the lead. Also, Scala, Hemstreet has gone to the inside of Junior Shipman. He's on the inside of Spindle. A four-truck fight for the lead. Dueling side by side down the back straight. We'll see if Hemstreet can get the run on the inside of Baum and to go in the pre.
And Ken Baum trying to hold it on the outside there. Looks like the inside line's going to prevail. Shipman going to pull alongside. Is Hemstreet going to go to the front?
Shipman on the inside. Right down the front straight. We have our first lead change of the day. Hemstreet takes the lead, and Shipman drives it in deep into turn one. And it looks like he's going to make it stick. Moves Shipman up to the number 2 spot. And now Baum is going to maybe have a challenge from Brad Spindle.
Yeah, 76 looking really good this evening as they drive it off here in a turn 4 as we have 15 laps left to complete out of 70. As I try to do the math here in my head, as Baum kind of scrapes it up a little bit off 4. These trucks usually about 50 to 55 on a tank of fuel here in Homestead. You obviously got to take 25% off of that. So I would say roughly about 30 to 33, 34 laps maybe on a tank of fuel here. Shipman's going to go to the front. Lead change number 2. But, 30 to 33 laps on a tank of fuel, so we're going to be pushing it when it comes to 2 pit stops maybe this evening. Some might be able to do it in 1.
Yeah, I mean, especially like you said, like the lack of cautions that have been some of these races, so it could come down to fuel mileage. But going back to that pass for the lead from Shipman, Hemstreet got a little too high out of 4 and lost all his momentum, and that basically allows Shipman the inside, and he'll take the lead for the first time.
Yes, he does. And then you see Baum settling in there in the 3rd position. Sturgeon and Osborne all there. Spinal going to dive to the bottom here, trying to maybe, but decides to get back in line. Good move on his part. As I mentioned, Homestead produces some pretty good racing here to start with, which is always a good thing. And it's always fun to watch here. So we ride with Ken Baum Jr. there, the 3rd place truck, the 2.
It looks like everyone now is running more at the low side, but as soon as I say that, Baum Jr. slips up a little bit from the bottom. Spindle's going to take a look. He's got a corner on him, and he'll just dive and blow by Baum Jr., but he may slip up a little bit, and now Baum may now fall into the clutches of Chad Osborne. So Baum is just going backwards. We're in a hurry here in the 2.
Yeah, Baum's starting to fall back. You wonder if he's saving fuel just a little bit. That could be a possibility here, or he might have an ill-handling truck. You mentioned he slid up a few times there in the last few laps, but Hemstreet not getting off that back bumper of Shipman there, who leads. As we complete lap number 19, we have been caution-free so far this evening. As we wrap up the finale tonight of Extreme Motorsports 99, the Truck Series. And we've crowned a champion already. The only thing we have to do now is get a winner in tonight's race.
We got a truck spun off of turn 2 on the inside. Zachary Kreiser, he's spun into the infield. I don't think it's going to be a caution because he's on the inside. So we stay great. I just saw out of the corner of my eyes. I was checking the rest of the field, and he just spun out of 2. And
oh, he's still spinning.
He's got bigger problems.
Oh, noses it down to the wall. The Red Bull truck with some issues here. And here come the leaders off turn 2. And he's going to exit out and go to pit road, tow it in. So let's go back and see what happened to the 20. He was already out of shape. And oh, wow, right in front of everybody. And the 20 truck, the Red Bull truck, going to be in trouble as we stay green and move ahead. Shipman coming up on a lap truck. It looks like that'll be the 21 of Brian Coveney. Want to move back here. Some great racing going on here. About 12th position. We've been talking about these guys most of the night here. But the 46 of Ryan Libby. You got the 27 of Ciampa, Nicholas Orr, Tyler Herr all in this picture. Almost at about 0.3 of a second of each other. This field kind of spreading out a little bit. Just as I say that, I want to bounce actually farther back to 18th. Look at this mess. Ryan Ray in here, Everett Lane. You got Justin Walters, Welzenbach all in here.
This looks like a pack when you saw from the All-Star races. Walters, he almost got the wall in 4, but he hangs onto it.
Been watching a lot of road racing lately, so I'm going to go ahead and call it a little argy-bargy. Yeah, that's right, I went with it.
Now Lane drifts up for turn 2. Welzenbach on the inside. He'll take the position away, and now Walters, who almost got the wall early, he's going to go to the inside of Everett Lane. It looks like a freight train is starting to come by him. Now Brunel. Look at Pounce next.
Yeah, Stefan Brunel back there in the 79 truck, running a pretty solid race right now in that Toyota Care truck. As we are 24 laps in, going to see some green flag pit stops here very soon. As we look up there in the front, still pretty much about a second between first and fifth. Osborne has gotten by Ken Baum Jr., so Ken about a second or so back as the 20 comes off of pit road. I should mention that the 20 is back on the track. They do have that reset, so he will, Chrysler will get it back going here. And maybe get a lucky dog here if we get some cautions. If we get some cautions.
That's the big thing. That's if we get caution right now. There's still some potential for it, but the way that a lot of wrecks happen here are on the inside near the grass. So a lot of times the caution won't count for that particular reason. But you never know.
That is correct. You just never know. As we go back up here to the front. Shipman, and then there's Corbin Hemstreet. Spinal's doing a great job. Brad is one name that, you know, I've run a few of these races this year. I've run every one of the races except the ones I've broadcasted, and Spinal's one name I don't remember seeing up front much, and not that, you know, it's not him trying. I know he's done a good job, but it's good to see him up here running well with the leaders here and a potential chance to win at Homestead.
It all depends on what. Maybe the track that's good for him, and looking now, Hemstreet's looking at the lead. Shipman drove it in real deep. Trying to hold it now, and on the inside goes Hemstreet. Shipman drifting up a little bit out of turn 2, doesn't get the wall. But the fight is on for the lead. They head down the back straightaway. Hemstreet on the inside. Shipman trying to maybe pinch him down there. Really pinch him down there.
Getting close.
A little close for comfort there. Hemstreet's done that, but it looks like Shipman might hold him off for now.
Yeah, he will hold him off that outside lane. That's very tough here. 18 degrees of banking in the bottom, 19 middle, 20 in top. And it looks like everything will settle out. But the 26 looking on the bottom. Here comes Osborne. The big you-know-what truck.
And he drove it in deep there. He's going to get a 2-for-1 perhaps. And he does, moving from 4th to 2nd. I think he gets by Hemstreet, but that's going to allow Shipman to get himself some breathing room as they continue to fight it out for 2nd and 3rd. And Hemstreet drifts way up the track, and that's going to allow Spindling inside. And Hemstreet is going to go from 2nd to potentially 4th.
Starting to fall back. Wonder if his truck's just getting a little tighter, if he's just kind of falling back again, as we're going to have some fuel mileage come into play in the next couple laps here. I mean, anybody you see come to pit road before lap 35, I would say, isn't going to make it on fuel unless you can definitely save some. So we'll have to see how this all transpires right now. But Spinal there on the inside gonna, well, still haven't gotten Corbin yet, but Wee-Wee's starting to stretch it out a little bit.
Josh Ward has just gone on to pit road. He's currently lapped down right now, but he's probably the first of the runners to make their green flag stops.
Finally, Spinal will take the spot away for the 3rd position. So that gets settled down a little bit here. I want to bounce back to the 9th position. Some good fight going on here. The 32 of Kevin Ford. You got the 12 of William Long and the 11 of Nicholas Orth. Also near the 02 of Tyler Herr. All in this battle for position. This, as I mentioned, is 8th, 9th, 10th.
Looked like Herr got run out too. Here he comes inside. As Darren Sizemore now comes into the pits. As this battle rages on in, Herr makes it look easy, and now looks like Ford's gonna fall maybe the clutches of William Long.
You mentioned Sizemore on pit road. We're going to cover the guy who will likely finish 5th in points as I'm looking at where Nate Trito would be. That's his nearest competition. Trito actually isn't in this race as I'm looking here. So Trito, last week's winner at Phoenix, isn't here. Well, we could see Sizemore jump up to 3rd. Matter of fact, he could jump to 3rd because I don't see William Amaker either. Interesting. 4 tires and fuel, I believe it was, for Sizemore as he pulls away. Actually, 2 tires, a 9.6 second stop there for the 97. 2 tires stop, he pulls away. And I don't see anybody else on pit road quite yet. So a green flag pit stops have begun.
So you just say that. Here comes Ken Baum Jr. He's going to come into the pits as well. He went low out too. He's coming in this time by.
Ken Baum Jr., a man who has pulled off 1 win this season. Looking to get himself some track position here and get that 2nd win. He'll bring that number 2 down pit road to Silverado, working his way down towards his pit stall.
This access road, especially coming into the pit road, is real slick. So they have to be careful with their brakes when they try to slow down for the pit to get into pit road.
Let's see what he does here. We're going to see 2 tires or 4 tires out of Baum. We've seen so far all 2 tire stops out of Darren Sizemore. 2 tires for Baum, and he's going to pull away. So some pit strategy happening right now as I want to bounce back up here to some more fighting going on as Nicholas Orth is just working his way through the field. He's let his tires just save him and stuff, and now Orth has worked his way from 14th to 9th and now is working on Kevin Ford for 8th.
Here comes Corbin Hemstreet now. He's coming on the pit road for his stop.
Hemstreet has himself a win. And actually his debut race earlier this season he pulled out a victory. So Hemstreet looking to go to victory lane for a 2nd time. Should mention as pit stops are happening, let's talk about what's coming up. This will be the last broadcast we have this week until Sunday, as we'll return with Sim Racing Authority and the PC Master Race Series from Martinsville. And then Monday we'll have the Sideways Series from Sim Racing Authority. Tuesday, the debut of the new season for USRC from Daytona for the Truck Series. We'll have that for you. And then we'll be on again Friday. That is another guaranteed race, and that'll be the makeup race from our friends here at Extreme Motorsports. We want to get that out there to you. The final race of the Xfinity Series has been modified a little bit. Because of the issues that happened in Charlotte a few weeks ago. You will now see the Charlotte race Friday night, April 10th, here on For Racers Only TV. We'll have that for you live. So come and join us. A lot of racing coming up for you. So back to the front, a battle for the lead. Chad Osborne to the bottom of Shipman. Now, I mentioned the whole lap 35 thing. You notice everybody's made it that far. So pretty much everyone who is now pitting is safe to go to the finish on fuel. Shipman going to lose the lead. Spidel going to go to 2nd.
Shipman almost hit the wall out too. He came real close.
Phone's ringing. But nonetheless, Chad Osborne going to be the 3rd lead change we'll have of the evening. Shipman about got the wall of 4. He might want to get the pit road now and get those tires. Spidel trying to make a move to the bottom. He's looking for the lead.
Apologies for that phone ring there, but it probably could be that he wore the right front out, because a lot of these setups now, they're a lot more on the tight side. You have to really take care of your tires, especially that troublesome right front. I know from experience, that right front goes, you'll be cussing at yourself.
Do that all the time. I mean, who doesn't cuss at themselves while they're racing? See Speidel riding right here behind the 26 of Osborne. Osborne leading the last 2 laps here. Again, should see pit stops here any moment for these leaders.
There's a 4-truck fight going on for fifth right now between Kevin Ford, William Long, Nicholas Orff, and Ryan Libby. They're all in this big battle for fifth.
Good fight going on here.
Orff fight on the inside of Long, and he'll get by. Move him up to number 7 spot.
And again, we do got these pit stops that you still got to watch over here, see what can happen here. Now, one thing I do want to mention is Corbin Hemstreet. You look at him and Ken Baum. Corbin actually came out behind Ken with the 2 tires. Now, here's the thing. The longer these guys go, the better the other guys are going to be here for a little bit, because they're going to steal the track positions. Look at here comes Kevin Ford. Here comes Ryan Libby. They're going to come to pit road here. But, again, here's the thing. The trade-off with the newer tires. We'll have to see how that trades off and how that's going to go for everybody.
Chad Osborne and Jonathan Shipman are also in.
Libby in the barrel. But he does have the reset he can use, so he's got a backup plan right there. Hopefully he didn't get hit for speeding, but yes, he did just go. Matt Kenseth on the barrels. Brad Sturgeon also on pit road. Chad Osborne is in. Jonathan Shipman on pit road. 4 tires and fuel for all these guys. And you see Osborne going to beat Shipman off pit road. As Speidel comes down pit road now, that'll hand Nicholas Orff the lead, so he'll get another bonus point. Not that he needs it.
And Nicholas Orff's coming down pit road right now.
The champ is coming to pit road, and this will cycle the lead over to, looks like James gone here, but he's coming to pit road also. I think Brian Ray is going to lead a lap here. There you see the 72 on the left side of your screen there. He'll lead a lap. As we have 28 laps to make that 27 laps to go.
Now it's going to be interesting when these pit stops cycle through how much distance and positions Corbin Hemstreet and the other one, who took the 2 tires.
Ken Baum, yeah. Now I'm
Ken
looking
Baum,
at
yes.
it right now, actually, as we speak. Brian Ray is the last truck who's going to pit, and Ken Baum Jr. is going to have a 4-second lead over Corbin Hemstreet. And then Darren Sizemore will move up to the 3rd position here when Brian Ray comes to pit road, which he is still out there right now. The best thing Brian can have right now will be a caution. Oops,
and the first of the 4-tire guys is Chad Osborne. He is right, almost behind Darren Sizemore as they come out of 4, but he's got quite a distance to catch up to get to the leaders. Those 4 tires should prove better on the longer run.
And Brian Ray will come to pit road, and I want to just correct you for a second, Ricari. Corbin actually took 4 also as I'm looking over pit time. So Corbin is on 4 tires, so he might be in a catbird seat when this thing is all over with. But Ken Baum Jr. will assume the lead as Brian comes down pit road. There you see Ken.
Trouble on 4. Matthew Weldenbach. He hits the wall on the inside, and he's going to slide up the track.
There's your caution.
Out. Oh, boy.
Brian Ray, well, he might actually be okay right now because people are going to be rolling. He can get off pit road. He's going to have the freshest tires out of everybody. I mean, this could still be a good break for Brian as he exits the pits, and let's see where he's going to come out at. Looks like he will be about 12th as he leaves pit road. So, give or take a few positions there. But let's go back and see what happened to the 29, Matthew Welzenbach. Let's take 2 on this one. There we go. Welzenbach fighting with Schrader there in the 11. Oh, and he loses the back end. And trying to save a head for the infield wall. This is going to leave a mark. Oh, and how ironic, right next to Brian Ray where he's going into his pit stall. He goes spinning across the track, bringing out the first caution here. with some 24 laps to go. And now the question, who comes to pit road?
That is going to be the big question. Especially those two-tire guys, that probably hurt them the most. They gained the position, but now if everyone be close together, they may have to pit anyways to get the 4 tires. But
well, I think if you're somebody who pitted some 20 laps ago, ones who pitted about lap 30, those are the guys you're probably going to see on pit road again. The ones I mentioned some names like maybe a Hemstreet or a Chad Osborne pitted later, but a Hemstreet, somebody like that, a Ken Baum Jr., those guys, as a matter of fact, they have come to pit road. As they come off of pit road right now, they're going to be 17th and 18th. And Tyler Herr came to pit road also. Let's back up. You see them leaving pit road. So they are going to restart back about 17th or 18th position when this is all over with. Tyler Herr came to pit road. So a few trucks taking the opportunity to come to pit road here, and a lot going to take the track position away. Darren Sizemore will be the leader now.
Actually, Sizemore, he just came down pit road.
Sizemore comes to pit road, gives up the track position. So now that'll put Chad Osborne and Jonathan Shipman to the front. I think if you were Sizemore, I hate to say it, you might have had your bed made before that. You might have wanted to stay out there, but he knows what he's doing. And he's going to stay out there. And
he probably figured that because he was the only one of those of the front guys before he came in on those 2 tires, he would probably be a sitting duck. So he figured it was best for him to get those 4 tires now. It'll be a little fresher than some of the guys who just pitted earlier, but it's probably the only thing he could do.
Well, the truck to watch is going to be the 72. He's going to be in the 6th position on his restart. I'm talking about Brian Ray. Brian, as you know, he's got the fresh tires. He just came off of pit road, literally. At that caution, I talked about the good brakes he might have. I mean, Osborne, Shipman, Spinal, Surgeon, Ford, those guys have been to pit road. They've had a couple laps on their tires. Ray hasn't. So this could be an opportunity for Brian to potentially, if this thing goes green, he might be able to get some of this track position, get a top 5 out of this. So anything can happen in this series and in this race here at Homestead, the finale. Now, one thing I do want to talk about with Extreme Motorsports 99, next season they will be starting a Cup Series for the series. No, I didn't get invited, so but it's going to be a fun one. And if there are drivers who are a part of Extreme Motorsports 99, you've run the Xfinity Series, you will be allowed to move up, I believe is what the rule is. I have to check with Rick to clarify that, but I myself will run some truck and even some Xfinity races next season. So as that gets all set up, their schedules are being worked on and what days they'll race on coming up. But it's going to be interesting to see with the 3 series now, the Xfinity and the trucks and, of course, the Cup Series now. But nonetheless, we got a restart to worry about. 22, we'll have 21 to go. When we go racing, it'll be Chad Osborne at 26, Jonathan Shipman, Brad Spidel, Brent Sturgeon, Kevin Ford are going to be your top 5. As the pace car slowly brings the field to pit road. Pace car being driven by Rick Donovan tonight, brother. As he will pull off pit road, and here we go, back to racing. Let's see what happens. Shipman with a real good start into turn 1. Oh, man. Chops the nose off of Osborne. Sounds like a move I should have made last week, but I didn't. That's all.
Nearly free wide near the mid to middle back. Sizemore is now Libby and also Hemstreet free wide. They're coming out for this is for 13th on back.
Yeah, those guys with the 4 tires, they are going to be coming through the field pretty quick. Look at Ken Baum. He's already up to the 11th position. Going to dive it in there underneath Doug Blackman for 10th. You see some of these fresh tires going to work.
Derek Simon was another one of those guys. He took 4 tires. He's going to try to get free wide out of turn 2. On the inside of Schrader, good, barely got by him. Now he's got the 22 of Shiflett. On the outside, he's going to blow by.
good, hard, clean roll. Ken Baum up against the wall, and here we go. Gagne hard on the wall on the inside. Look out. Oh, 92 gets, oh boy, that's going to leave a mark. And that's going to bring the second caution out. Somebody might have to check on the 92 and his health. The Northern goes for a ride off of turn 4. And caution number 2 comes out. Let's see what happens here. You're going to see Baum getting the outside wall right behind them. And the 05 is going to cut down into the 25. My God, the 92 went Cale Yarborough 83 Daytona into the wall. And of course, for that, we have to, of course, jump on board.
Hang on to your stomachs.
Yeah, you're going to need to here for the 92. This is going to leave a mark. I love doing this. As soon as I can find a 92 on my screen. There he is. Here we go. Replay. What breaks? A caution out again.
Got a couple guys coming on the pit road. Looks like Shiflett and Hinstreet coming back in as well. They're going to take tires. Shiflett was falling backward to the field a little bit. He's going to take 4 tires now. And Hinstreet, he pit earlier, and also Steinberg in as well. And a few others. Everett Lane's in there. Brunel. That's like about it.
And you'll see those trucks leave pit road. Jonathan Shipman doing a great job up there in the lead. Let's grab him. I'll bring him up here and talk to him for a second. He'll be doing a good job looking for win number 2 on this season. Jonathan down here in this channel. We'll drag him up here to us. Jonathan Shipman, Chris Scott in the booth to get a copy.
10-4.
Well, we've done a pretty good job here. You've worked your way through the field, and I know you kind of had a some pressure put on you by Rick by saying during the meeting that, hey, I got my eye on you tonight. So you've definitely done a good job, and you're leading the race right now.
Yeah, the setup's pretty good. I've always loved Atlanta. I've always loved Homestead. I've also learned a lot of things from Marcus Richardson, SRA champion, and the All-Star champ, by the way. I learned a lot watching him race, and he's given me a few pointers. So let's see if I can close the deal here.
Absolutely. You got some guys on fresh tires back there. I know they're about midfield. So it looks like it's going to be for your battle here at the 26ers look pretty good. The 76s look good. So a lot of good trucks out there.
Yeah, I'm definitely keeping an eye out on them back there, especially Ken. He said he had some damage, so I don't know if he's going to make it up to me or not.
All right, we will, as we always say, we appreciate everything you've done for us service-wise, and we hope to see the Marines truck in victory lane.
10-4, thank you, Chris.
Jonathan Shipman there in the 27. I gotta remember what channel I pulled him from. There we go. And Jonathan looking to get another win this evening. And for those who don't know the story, I won't get too much into it, but Jonathan is a member of the Marines. He does. He's one of many who fight for this country, and of course, we can take this opportunity to say thank you to those who are fighting for this country each and every day, and those who did in the past. So, as we get ready to go racing here with about 14 to go, what do you expect, Brett? This is going to be pretty wild, I think.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a lot of chaos, especially near the closing stages. But as long as they can make it to that white flag, anything goes.
Yeah, it's exactly it. Anything will go, and anything that can happen will happen. Now, let's update the guys who pitted. Corbin Hemstreet will start 16th. Now, again, those tires are only about 5 or 6 laps fresher, but fresh tires here at Homestead. it's like a new pair of shoes on a basketball court. So we'll see how this works, and we'll see if they can, if Corbin can find his way through the field and to the front here. As 15 laps, still plenty to go, but cautions obviously hurt the progress. We'll see what happens here. But Shipman will take the bottom again, and let's see if Osborne remembers that restart, because if you remember, Wee Wee got to start on the outside and chopped down on him and was able to get in front. So I'm sure Osborne has that in mind after what just happened. So let's see what happens. We'll have 14 to go here at the Homestead Miami Speedway, the final race for the Extreme Motorsports 99 Truck Series. Pace car is off. Here we go. Osborne with a good start. Oh, one truck sideways, Nicholas Orth, and here we go. Big chunk in the back. Schrader's involved. Look out.
Tyler Herr also involved as well in the 0-2.
This all starts at about the champion, Nicholas Orth. See what happens on the restart here. Oh, Orth gets loose on the outside, but the wreck happens behind him. Sizemore's in it. Doug Blackman in it.
Libby in as well.
Yep, Libby gets a big piece of it. The 44 gets a piece of it of Danny Sanchez.
Corbin Hemstreet involved as well. Not much, maybe a little bit for Hemstreet. But I also saw in turn 1, Brad Spittle, he got loose in turn 1 as well. I thought maybe someone happened to him, but then all heck broke loose at the back.
Yeah, one thing that I want to bring up is one thing they brought up in the meeting I was watching earlier, or was a part of earlier. They talked about turn 1. If you remember Charlotte, with that setup, you go into turn 1, that truck tries to break loose on that first lap. Homestead has turned into almost the same thing. So it looks like what exactly happened. He got loose going to the corner, but let's ride with Pops here. He had a pretty good view of this. Goes through one truck. And then helps the other truck go around, so. Well, there we go. Caution number 3 on the track with 12 laps to go here.
Now, the thing I'm wondering is, Osborne and Shipman both got good restarts on the outside line. It makes me wonder if there's more grip on that outside line on the restarts, kind of like if you're getting on a good line where you get away in an F1 type start. Some tracks, there's a good side and there's a bad side for a start. So it makes me wonder if maybe Shipman got the edge now, because he'll be on the outside in his next restart.
Well, if I'm Osborne, I'm going to take the outside from him and say, no, I'm starting up here. And but I think in that restart, it was more just somebody got caught sleeping when the green came out, and Osborne got a great start. As we got some trucks coming to pit road, it looks like here is trying to see. Looks like Walters.
Pops coming in as well.
So a lot of trucks coming to pit road here to get damage fixed and that kind of thing. So well, looks like we're in for a wild one this evening. Now, I was going to bring Rick over here in the booth with us, but Rick has been admitting the race this evening, so I don't want to bother him at all. We'll get him over here maybe at the end of the race or something like that if he's available to talk. But do appreciate Brett being a part of the race. Now, Brett, you heard Wee Wee stop or bring it up, the All-Star race last Friday night. We're still buzzing over that race. You know, what a great race it was. Marcus Richardson winning it for Sim Racing Authority, who actually got the top 3. And Brett, you actually had a top 10 finish in that race. And let's talk for a second your experience in that race. What were your expectations going in, and when you were done, what were you feeling?
Well, my expectation going in, because it's going to be one of the toughest fields I have ever raced against. So much good talent there. And I always go into most races, my goal is to always be in the top 3 or win the whole thing, which is always real tough, especially with a lot of guys from, like SRA, like Marcus Richardson, Bordeaux. Those are some of the hardest guys to ever run against. in terms of my race, I was battling Bobby Cheney hard really early, and I caught the wall, fell away to the back, and then when I did, I short pitted twice. Because you guys were wondering how I came in so early on lap 50. It was because I short pitted it to maybe get some better residual, better tires, because I'm not that good on long run. So, but for me to be in the top 10 with that kind of a field is just, I think it's a pretty darn good feeling. And I may brag like I am the highest USRC finisher.
You are. So, great job to you. And well, before we go green here, real quickly, I'm going to ask you a question. I haven't asked anyone yet, but I'm going to ask you. If there was any track and car combo we could do for this thing again, what would it be?
I always love super speedway racing. I say let's go Cup cars, Dega. Let all heck break loose, because Dega is always the most insane races out there.
Well, there you go. So there you go. The thoughts of Pancari. So feel free to share your thoughts over there if you were a part of the race or got to watch it. But anyways, we're getting to go back racing here. 9 laps to go. Osborne takes the inside. Shipman will be second. Sturgeon, Ford, and Ray. Your top 5. You got fresh tires with Ken Baum Jr. on the outside in the 6th position there. Corbin Hemstreet up to about the 13th spot. Here we go. Shipman with a good start on the outside now. He's going to cut down. Osborne got loose. Look out.
There's going to be a big checkup now. They're going to circle the inside.
Kevin Ford going to make it 3 wide. Oh, there goes Spidle in the grass. In the inside wall. Oh, and Ford gets into Osborne. Baum is spinning. Orth is spinning. Big wreck again.
Well, I said it'd be chaos. I didn't think it is crazy.
Oh, wow. You see Spinal losing it here. Let's watch the replay of this. Oh, maybe did Ray get in the back of... I'll have to look at that again. Wow, look at that. I guess I got to do this for the SRE people. Oh! There we go. There you see Spinal losing it here. Oh yeah, Brian gets in the back of the 32, hits a 26, and then Brian slides up into the 2. Look, Ryan Libby sneaks to bottom. Lane sneaks to bottom. Hemstreet gets hit. And Nicholas Orth, oh my gosh.
I don't think that was the way the champ wanted to go out, upside down.
No. So Jonathan Shipman will be the leader.
And now it's going to be a question of how many laps they'll have left. This will be their final restart. It doesn't matter how many laps they'll have left to do it.
It looks like it might be about maybe 4, 5 laps when it's all over with here. But, I mean, everything's been shaken up now. You got Brent Sturgeon up to second. Somehow Chad Osborne still third. He made it through that incident. You're going to have Ryan Libby to fourth, and then Kevin Ford has made it. He's still fifth. Brian Ray's still sixth. So some of these guys survived it.
Yeah, they all survived. Then and they definitely had a shot at this thing. And again, you could have said the fact that maybe someone got sleep on the restart, but again, that outside line was the better start that time. So it's hard to tell. Maybe Sturgeon could be licking his chops here to perhaps steal one here.
There could be a lot of people that could jump up there. You got Libby with his damage could get up there. We're going to have to see what happens here, as that's our 4th caution of the night. We've went a good 50 laps without a caution. Now the last 20, we've had 3 come into play. So we'll have to see how this transpires for us. Got the damage number 12 of William Long. He's going to stay up there. Everett Lane there in the 24, running an ace. Stephane Brunel in 9th. Him Street staying up there in 10th. He got hit pretty hard in the door. Yeah, he's got some right side damage pretty heavily. Nice English.
Well, the field just got the one to go, so we're going to go back green on lap 67. So there's about four laps, I believe, to settle this thing.
Which will mean this is going to be it. If we get a caution after this race will be over. So Sturgeon needs to be up on that wheel if he wants to steal this win away. Sturgeon not a winner so far in this season.
And Shipman does the right thing this time. He takes the outside line for this restart, so it looks like he's learned from the previous restarts.
And you got the damaged Ryan Libby, 46 there. He's going to start 4th. Let's see if they can pull this off. Let's see if they calm down and get 4 laps of race again to get to the finish and settle this thing out. Pace car going to pull off 4 laps of racing. This is going to be wild, I think. Here we go. Green flag is out. Shipman with a good start. Sturgeon going to clear him for 2nd. Here comes Osborne for 3rd. You see the damage on Libby's hurting him.
It's hurting him, but what can he do?
You got to go for it.
Get out. Like you said, got to go for it.
Sturgeon trying to get a run off before, pushing it hard. Three to go.
Sturgeon got a little bit of run. There's a lap truck up ahead. Doug Blackman, he may play a factor in this.
We'll have to see what happens. You see Brian Ray diving to the bottom for the 4th position. Blackman starting to pull to the bottom and just let everybody go. But they're coming to 2 laps to go. One truck out of shape back there. It looked like Spinal into 76. Ray will take 4th. He's going to bring Kevin Ford with him. And here comes that lap truck of Blackman. Shipman going to lose momentum off the corner. Here comes Sturgeon.
But you have to go in there lower. I'm not sure if that's going to help him or not. Lift up a little bit.
Going to try to get the run off the high side. White flag is out. Final lap of this season here in Homestead.
Sturgeon was quicker that time by less than a tenth, maybe.
Sturgeon going to drive it hard here into 3. I see it already. Here he comes. I don't know if it's going to be enough. Checkered flag, win number 2 of the season. Jonathan Shipman going to hold him off and win at Homestead. Great finish in the end. Brent Sturgeon going to finish 2nd. And of course, Nicholas Orth going to be the champion. He will finish. Does that look for him? Up the standings here.
17th.
Yeah, it's all over the place now. So yeah, 17th. It looks like for Nicholas Orth. So we'll get a word with him as he wins the championship, and Shipman gets win number 2 of the season. As we take a look at the final results, there they are. Shipman, Sturgeon, Osborne, Brian Ray, Kevin Ford going to be your top 10 or top 5, along with Everett Lane, Tyler Herr, Ryan Libby, William Long, Mike Schrader going to get a top 10. Brad Spidel gets 11, Danny Sanchez 12th, Stephanie Brunel 13th, Hemstreet going to get 14th, Justin Walters 15th, Shiflett Orth going to get 17th, as you mentioned. Welzenbach, Blackman, and Pop's going to get a top 20 with the finish. And then Gagne, Chrysler, Jonathan Thomas, Darren Sizemore, Ken Baum Jr. going to finish 25th. Tough break for him. Stenberg, Ward, and Coveney going to finish in the 28th position as we out there doing some donuts. So he will go and celebrate, and at this time we'll get our top 3 finishers for tonight. We'll get them down here, or up here, I guess. Yeah, get these 3 drivers ready. Of course, if I could find them. Shipman will get the win. We're moving the guys around real quickly before we get our interviews, and I'm looking for, and I cannot find him, but the 26 at all. I don't know where he... We'll just go with who we got for right now. Let's grab our second place finisher, and let's bring Brent Sturgeon up here in the booth. Brent Sturgeon, Chris Schuyler in the booth. Get a copy?
I got a copy.
Well, Brent, great finish for you. You got the lucky breaks there, and you were able to battle. Did you have anything for Shipman, another lap 2, maybe 3?
I thought I would, maybe if I had a couple more laps. Man, I wanted it so bad.
Anything that you felt you might have could have done better on those last couple laps to get to him? I know a couple times you pushed off of turn 4, just trying to get as much track as you could to get the momentum.
Yeah, I drove it in too deep a couple times and really messed me up there. And I just would let off a little bit early. I think I could have got at least a better run on him.
Well, you did a great job this evening in a second place finish for you, a runner-up finish, and you'll get some momentum going into the next season. Where will we see Brent Sturgeon next season? Which series?
The trucks, for sure.
There you go. So Brent will return to the trucks into 77. Brent, send a shout-out whoever you like to.
I'd like to shout out to Connie and Gordon Sturgeon.
All right, Brent. Well, nice job. Congratulations on your second place run.
All right, thanks, man. Appreciate it.
Brent Sturgeon, a second place run for him this evening. As Shipman celebrates another victory, his second one of the season. He got all the practice. You felt good. And now, Jonathan, you get to celebrate in Victory Lane. Congratulations.
Yeah, I put a lot of work into the end part of the season so I could show face and get ready for that championship run next season. And, man, I was really worried about Ken when we started this race because I knew he was one of the contenders I had to go against. He's pretty fast here. Also, freaking Bread. That's his name, didn't I? Crap.
Hey, when that happens.
Brad.
Spidel.
Yeah. He came out of left field with that practice lap that he ran, so he kind of scared me too. Anyway, I knew they took 4 tires on that first caution, and when everybody got back up together, and they started in like 14th or so, and then made it up to like 7th or whatever, and I was like, I'm really scared. Maybe I should pit. But anyway, I stuck it out, and I kept messing up on restarts, and then it hit me. I started better on the outside, so I was like, nah, Brett, I got the outside this time. So I guess that helped me, and he got loose, so that also helped me. It was a nice race. I appreciate everything that Rick Donovan and you do, Chris. broadcasting, and this is an awesome series and an awesome league.
Well, great job on your end, and congratulations on the win. And I know we'll see each other on the track a lot next season and stuff with whatever dates I run and whatever dates I broadcast. So, but congratulations, and win number 2, 2 wins on the season, and a good points finish for you. And send shout outs to whoever you like to. You know, you had a lot of people watching tonight.
I'd like to send a shout out to my grandparents and supposedly the fans that be watching. So I'm glad they watched and I won for them.
There you go. So congratulations on the win, and we will talk soon.
Thank you, Chris.
Jonathan Shipman, your winner. Let's get Chad Osborne. I did find Osborne finally, as I had to search up and down like Waldo. But Chad, congratulations, a third place finish for you.
Yeah, it was a good night, good run. I had a blast out there. Thank you so much.
Well, Chad, I got to ask you the obvious question. The incident with about 10 laps to go or so, you had a hell of a save there, but that could have got bad quick.
Yeah, that got a little hairy there. That all started with my mess up there on that restart. I drove down in there. Me and Jonathan were really racing hard for the lead there, and I hit the apron and washed up the track. And then by the time we got to 3, there was a little bit of chaos. And, yeah, it looked like someone got into the 32, and he got into me a little bit. And, yeah, it was a drifting session, if you will.
Well, it was a great job drifting. I was like, I checked the standings after we looked at the replays. I'm like, wait a minute, he's still third. He's got a shot still. But was the outside line that much better on restarts, or was it more of who could get the better timing of the restart?
I think it was all about timing, and the outside on entry into 1 seemed like that's where you wanted to be. If you were on the inside, the rear of the car just wanted to come around on you. It got real loose. So it was a little give and take, but it kind of washed out. I wish we would have had a couple more laps there or another restart, because that last one should have been great, and I blew it. Or not the second to last. And the last one there, my car, it just felt like after that spin and stuff, I just didn't have the tires to even get up there and play. I was hoping those two would get side by side and I might have a shot, but it was a blast. Good race.
Well, congratulations on your win. It looks like, as I'm looking at the brand new point standings here that just were updated, I'm looking for your name, and maybe I'm missing. Oh, there you are. Okay, yeah, obviously you didn't race in many races, but still a great effort, I know, in the races you did show up in, and send a shout-out whoever you like to.
Yeah, I'd first and foremost like to thank you guys and everyone that does the broadcasting, Extreme Motorsports, Rick Donathan, for everything he's done to bring us all together. Everybody that I race with, love it all, have a blast, and my teammate James Gagne for everything he puts up with week on, week out.
Well, great job, Chad. Congratulations on your run tonight, top 3 finish, and we'll see you next season.
Appreciate it.
Chad Osborne there, your third place finisher. Let's go get the champ and bring him up here with us, as Nicholas Orth gets to celebrate tonight. And of course he picked the right night to have a bad race. Nicholas, but congratulations, 54 points. You are the first Extreme Motorsports 99 Truck Series champion.
Oh, thank you very much. Such a relief to be able to come in here knowing that I didn't have to do much other than turn on the motor. First of all, thank you to Rick Donathan, ExtremeMotorsports99.com, for putting together this league and this series. It's a lot of fun, a lot of consistency throughout the entire field this year. Thank you, Mr. Scala, for Racers Only TV. You guys put on some great broadcasts this year. Just glad to be a part of it.
Now, just looking over your stats here, you had 6 top 5s, 10 top 10 finishes. You didn't win a race, so you went Ryan Newman on us. Well, unless you had holes in your tires, but that's a whole other story. Anyways, but still a great run for you, and just a consistent run. That's all that mattered.
Yeah, I don't know how I managed. I mean, at the start of the season, all I was thinking was championship from day one, and just kept hitting those top 5s, top 10s. And, I really wanted to win. There's a couple tracks not too long ago where I thought I had a chance to win. It just didn't work out. A lot of stiff competition, a lot of fast guys up and down this field. But, got a lot of good teammates over at Jaeger Racing, Matt, Tyler, Nate, who helped me out through the year. And just glad to be a part with these guys and be able to run here and have as much success as we did.
Well, great job in the 27. Congratulations, and shout-outs to whoever you like.
I'll thank my dad for watching the broadcast when he was able to. thank you to this is a throwback paint scheme to Streeter Superstands, a company I used to work for back in the day, Larry and Judy Streeter out of Oak Creek, Wisconsin. So thank you to them for giving me a job there and keeping me involved in racing. Glad to have their name on this truck to pull in the championship. Yeah, I guess that's about it. I don't know. I'm not too good at these. I didn't get a lot of practice this year. It's the first time I've been in the booth, so I'm sure I should have a long list of names and people to thank. But it's just like I'm rusty.
You just gotta get that PR guy that stands behind the camera and lets you read all the sponsors. That's what you need.
Yeah, get that set up for next season.
Nice. Congratulations, Nick.
All right, thank you very much.
Nicholas Orth, your champion for 2015 Extreme Motorsports 99.com Truck Series. And before we get our final... okay. Don't mean to interrupt you, Rick, but didn't know if you want to get a final word in real quick with the viewers before you get your meeting on there about... you had some viewers tonight, and what a great race we had.
Absolutely. It was a tight race there, Chris, and I tell you, it's nice to have a race like that that's ending the season with the finale here being broadcasted live by you and Mr. Blue Goose, finally in the booth with you here. Really appreciate you guys being here this evening and broadcasting this for us. It was a real nice way to end our first season here at Extreme Motorsports. The guys down there are just they've really had a good time, and it's been a phenomenal season.
Well, Rick, it all comes from the top, as I've always preached, and you've done a great job organizing this whole thing together. Next season, a Sprint Cup Series coming in, and I'm looking forward to being a part of, I think, both the truck and Xfinity. I'm not sure yet what my plans are. Obviously, it depends on what we broadcast and stuff, but I know it's definitely going to be a fun season, too.
Absolutely. Cup season, going to be putting the schedule together this week, getting everything put together for that. Also, we're going to be doing a lot of recruitment for our truck series. I don't know if I told you this, Chris, or not, or the viewers out there. We've got about 10 or 15 guys that are not going to be able to run in our truck series due to the fact that they're going to be up in our Cup series. So we will be taking in about a total of 15 to 16 drivers and filling those slots in for our truck series. So if any of those viewers out there are watching that want a piece of this action over here, this is your invite to come over, get to know us, join us, and you can race side by side with some of these guys out here that you just saw tonight.
You mean I'll actually have a legit chance of winning?
You have a very good chance there, Chris, as long as luck doesn't follow you the night that you pull up on the track.
Sure. Well, hey, Rick, nice job. We appreciate everything you do, and we wish you the best of luck, and thanks for allowing us to do the race tonight. And we'll be in the booth next Friday for Charlotte.
Fantastic. That sounds great. And, Chris, thanks for being here tonight. Blue Goose, it's a special honor to be up in the booth with you here tonight. Finally get to be up in the booth with you tonight. Thank you for your time coming out and helping Chris. And also I want to thank those viewers out there for keeping up with us out here, enjoying the broadcast that Chris puts on a phenomenal show. And hopefully we can help and put that show on with the driver talent that we have over here.
Absolutely, Rick. We appreciate your time. We'll let you go back to your driver's meeting. Didn't mean to interrupt.
Thank you, sir.
All right, Rick Donathan there as he goes to his driver meeting. Now, Brett, final words before we get off the air tonight.
No, it's pretty much a fitting finale for this old Chevy Silverado truck and for the series and for this truck series this season. It was a pretty good race overall and a bunch of carnage at the end, but it's always like near the end of the race and just everything. You always have to throw caution to the wind, and you just have to go for it. And it's a pretty good race all around here tonight at Homestead.
Well, Brett, we appreciate you coming up here last minute, joining us in the booth, and we'll see you actually tomorrow night. You'll be running in the B-Car Monza Shootout for USRC, and you have a chance to win 10 bonus points, and we'll see you then.
Hopefully I'll be there, but I just want to quick say I have to thank my sponsors for that iRacing All-Star Race, the Northern Ontario Curling Association, and Mr. Justin Laxton, who he changed his company, but it was Laxton Fan Designs that painted that car. And I also special thank to Rick Donovan for giving me my nickname, the Blue Goose.
There you go. Well, great job, Brett. Go watch your curling, and we appreciate you joining us.
Yeah, thanks, Gala.
Absolutely. Make sure you check out ExtremeMotorsports99.com for all the details about this league. Until then, we will next time we're on the air won't be until Sunday for Sim Racing Authority, and their PC Master Race Series from Martinsville. So grab some hot dogs and come join us Sunday night at 7:30. Again, USRC will have their B-Car Monza shootout tomorrow night. I will not be there because I'm traveling out of town, but that's a whole other story. Anyways, appreciate you guys watching, and thanks for watching, as I mentioned, and congrats to Jonathan Shipman on the win. Nicholas Orth, your champion for the Truck Series at Extreme Motorsports 99. So enjoy.